Back to scoring goals and being back to arguably his best.
Still no Laporte then for Manchester City, as we've just heard, but he's not too far away. How much of a comfort then to have Fernandinho back in their side today, Graham?
Yeah, but I think missing when he's not playing in midfield. Robin Peters to play Paul. I think he is a good back header Rodri in that position. He can do a job at the back. He's clever, he reads it. He's got physique to be able to deal with stuff. When he's marking certain balls and the ball's coming into the box, he can pass the ball, he can take the ball from the back and make things happen, but I'd like to see him in midfield. I think a lot of City's the fall from being challengers this year stem from him. A lot of it stem from him not being in the central midfield. Yeah, you're bolstering your back, and the fact you're picking a midfield player in front of other centre halves, I'm not sure other centre halves would take that, because time and time again, he is the choice at centre back. I'd love to see him in midfield. I think, he's so cute and clever, and I would say for the last 4 to 5 years, he's been the best one around in our league as a whole in midfield.
We would anticipate, with Zinchenko returning as well, that it is a return to a back four for City, who went with a 3 against Manchester United in the week. They were a bit bruised, Chris, against Spurs last year. Mentioned they have a good record in the league against them, but of course they lost here in the Champions League and went out to them in controversial circumstances in the second leg of that tie. Will that be on their minds?
No, I don't think so. I think they play so many games, so many top-class games. It's always on to the next one. It'd be interesting today, I think, particularly with Spurs' midfield. Lo Celso, who I don't know so well, I see him very much as an offensive player, and it looks like that Spurs have put out as an offensive team as what they can against, arguably the best passers in the country. So it's going to be interesting.
You've got wings. So if they're playing the 2 central ones with Dele Alli, probably helping when they don't have the ball. They are playing against a team that keeps the ball better than anyone else along that middle line. They've got it all to do. That's, I think, where you'll see City dominating a game, like they do most times, even away from home.
But it could make it very interesting for us neutral spectators as well, couldn't it? With that, what looks like an offensive side, as Chris said, that Spurs have put out today under Jose Mourinho, which is interesting. Wonder what his tactical master plan is. Does he have one up his sleeve? We'll hear from him next.
Sponsored by Bet365.
Paddy Power.
Sky Mobile rolls over your spare data so you can share it with your family. Sky Mobile. Hello, possible.
Philip Schofield here. I'm a firm believer that every second counts. And with WeBuyAnyCar.com, you could find out how much your car's worth in under 60 seconds, leaving you more time to do whatever you want to do, like perfecting your signature moves. It's not even my best sport. To find out how much your car's worth in 60 seconds, enter your reg number now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
You're more than your successes. You're more than your failures.
Everything you got.
You're the work.
Give it.
It's dirty work. Work that hurts. Work that defines you. It's that fire that burns inside you. Be you. It's always been you. You're the work. You want that smoke? Give him that fire.
Why do we love Panini football stickers? It's the shinies, the swapping, the got need. And now, it's about the Premier League. The official Premier League sticker collection from Panini, out now.
Yeah, it's cold outside, but this is clearly just a little too cosy for comfort. Ah, that's better. The right level of cosy. The Domino's Winter Survival Deal. One large pizza, garlic pizza spread, wedges, cookies, and a 1.25-litre bottle of drink, all for just $19.99. That's Jomo, fellow homestayers. The joy of missing out.
Players, creative players, with good dynamic, with good mobility, and hopefully we can reach our objectives with them.
What should we expect from Bergwijn today? Is he ready to go? Can he hit the ground running?
He has to be, because he don't have many other options. But he was playing for PSV, and his feet, he arrived early in the week. He had this week of work with us to try to understand us better, for us to try to understand him. Happy kid to play. We don't have many options. Even Lamela is on the bench, but not 100%, feeling a little bit of his previous problem. So we go with Bergwijn, with Son, with Dele Alli, with Lucas, with Lo Celso. We go with all of them.
Is there extra incentive for you as well? Because the results in terms of your quest for top four went quite well for you yesterday.
I don't know. I don't think a lot about that. There is a big group. It's not just about top four. I think it's also about the fifth and the sixth. Lots of teams are there. Wolves and Sheffield, they don't speak much, but the quality of their performances and their result make me believe that they are also fighting for this top four and top six. So very, very hard for everybody.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah, pressure on Spurs to get that win today to move them back up to 5th and back into contention for those top 4 places. Chris Hughton played, what was it, 400 times for Spurs. Let's put him on
Too short.
Too short. Let's put him on the spot then. A new signing in Steven Bergwijn. If you think about him on one side, Son on the other, Lucas Moura potentially through the middle, that's a lot of pace, isn't it?
It's a lot of that it's, as Jose said, it's a very offensive team, and it's a team that, of course, wants the objective to score goals and win the game. But they're up against a team that are masters in possession, and they're going to have to deal with the defensive side of the game. So certainly, as an attacking player, that's going to give them sort of pace in that wide area. He's also going to have to do a job for the team.
When you
Deal with the defensive side of the game. So certainly as an attacking player, that's going to give him sort of pace in that wide area. He's also going to have to do a job for the team.
When that midfield you mentioned, they're all at their happiest when they got the ball going forward, being on the attack. There's only maybe Winks is more of the sitting one. Enormous responsibility on him today. I mean, and he will need help. I would have thought a lot of their work this week on the training ground would have been, when we don't have the ball, what we're going to do. It'll be interesting to see how he deals with the difference in football between the Dutch First Division and the Premier League, because it's a yard quicker, both in thought and the physical side of it. So it'll be interesting to see how he deals with it.
And he has suggested that he doesn't see Son as perhaps the stand-in number 9, which maybe Pochettino did. Were you surprised that they emerged, I think as Mourinho was, without an out-and-out striker from the window?
No, only because I know how difficult the window is, and they had obviously made the decision. They didn't want to bring somebody in that they didn't think was going to get minutes or was too difficult to bring in. What they have definitely got are enough options, enough offensive options, and it might be a case where Son joins in front, becomes that second striker, Ali who can break from midfield. So I think overall they've got enough options to not bring in what's regarded as an out-and-out number 9.
But is it about their mindset today? All these players that we're talking about are, as you said, attacking players, but they're up against Manchester City here, who keep the ball for fun.
They keep the ball for fun, and Tottenham's strategy will have to be spot on, because if
and their lead at the top to a record 22 points.
Any club in this league to start every league match. 1 minute of this particular league match to go. Here's Willem.
For opposition, they themselves feel they're good enough to go and take them on in a game of football, be on the front foot, create chances and score goals. And if you've got 2 or 3 of them empty in the midfield all the time, City will do it to you. Bruyne only has to have half a touch, I don't mind a full touch, gets his head up and he's whipping it in there. It'll be a difficult afternoon for Spurs today.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They've got lots of attacking options, but I mean, Jose mentioned about we don't have a target man as such, he's putting Moura up there. I mean, yeah, they've got lots of attacking options, and that might be enough against, with all due respect to other teams in the Premier League, but it is, as you said, Man City they play.
It might look like the floodlights have failed behind us, but fear not, it means the light show is just moments away. That's normally pretty spectacular before the match kicks off here at the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and we hope the football is just as spectacular as well when that gets going. There is so much talent on show here, but who will shine in North London this afternoon?
We go out of our way to feature every game that matters. Last year, it was over 600,000. If it's important to you, then it's important to us. Download the app and see for yourself why Bet365 is the world's favourite online betting company. Please gamble responsibly.
such remarkable results have come as the underdog. Are they underdogs here today?
Very much so, but Jose in the passes. Highlights will come up. Something different that manages to get them a win somehow, but I look at them. Yes, it's not rocket science. You just look at the players that City have, and you look at the players that Spurs have. And if you could sort of guarantee both sets were bang at it, given the same amount of effort, and the luck was even out, there's only one team winning it, but football's not like that. So don't be surprised if Spurs win it, but I've got a fancy City.
Can you see your old team forcing their way into the top four picture, Chris?
There are opportunities on, I think, with the games that are coming up. But I think they've just got to get that right formula. I think at the moment, Jose's still finding, still searching for that balance between.
Is that because of injuries and availability?
I think it's because of injuries. I think it's because of availability. Also, I think it's of a transition at a time when he's taken over. That balance between being able to keep clean sheets and stopping goals going in, and of course playing, I think, the attractive football that I think he wants to play. And that balance is not always easy, particularly when you've taken over a team that have had some difficulties, and that transition between what they had in the last few years and the way they played in the last few years to what they've got now.
You asked Mourinho in his first day over, who's the one player you don't want to go out with a long-term injury?
Harry Kane.
You can build your team around him. He doesn't have to be playing well, but he'll get you the goals that'll win you games.
Is it the right approach then today to go with what looks like a bold 11?
Yeah, I think he's saying to you, okay, you all think we're good players, we're going to play a really good team, let's see what you can do. I mean, you say bold, he says he doesn't have many other options. I mean, I think
whether there's Dyer, there's Vertonghen in terms of experience, there's Ndombele on the bench.
I think he's been... Sissoko's not injured, but against Bayern Munich away from home, he went with Sissoko and Dyer in midfield. And then he went with, I think, the same two against Chelsea here. And he was thinking, I've got two more defensive type midfield players, and they'll stop him playing. But if you get that... Having broken their attack down, it's only a matter of time before the best teams get to you. So I think he's tried that, really, that won't work with this group of players. He's filling midfield today. He's got wings back in, and he's filling the team with people who are good on the ball, good going forward. But at times, and I would say the majority of times, they're going to be asked to do a job defensively. So I just hope this week that's where all the work's been done on the training ground about them without the ball.
There will be a remit. I think for us here, looking at the team he's put out, I don't think you can expect gung-ho, open football. I think they'll have roles and responsibilities. It's also, I think, we'll have to do a defensive role. Also, Alan. I see Alan playing a little bit deep.
Well, the one thing Jose Mourinho asked for was time to work with these players. He's had that this week. Let's see if they reap the benefits as Tottenham take on Manchester City, watched by Jamie Carragher and Martin Tyler.
Well, thank you, David. Afternoon, everyone. Jose Mourinho has had a busy January with ins and outs, and the chance to choose Hugo Lloris after his elbow injury had kept him out since early October. And he's brought through Japhet Tanganga into the defence as well. Danny Rose, one of the departures. Christian Eriksen has also moved on, but Giovanni Lo Celso, his situation has been turned from a loan into a full transfer. Harry Winks' birthday today is 24. And there's a new winger in Steven Bergwijn from PSV, a debut for the Dutch international. Around him, the usual mix of Ali Son and Lucas Moura. On the bench, another January signing, Jedson Fernandes, on loan from Benfica, but no new striker with Kane still out, with Spurs seemingly not prepared to do the deal that Manchester United have struck over Odion Ighalo. Pep Guardiola saw his team lose at home on Wednesday, but still reach another domestic cup final. Today, Ederson is back in goal, and Kyle Walker is back in North London to face his old club. Fernandinho's fit again. It's his 300th game for Manchester City, but no Aymeric Laporte. Kevin De Bruyne joining Rodri and Ilkay Gundogan, and the main striking role goes to Sergio Aguero, who has scored in each of his last 4 Premier League games. Both Silvers are amongst the substitutes today. It is Spurs against City, it is Mourinho against Guardiola, and it is live.
Number 23, well, this man, Lo Celso, he was on loan, now a permanent fixture at this club.
played higher up in wide positions than Pochettino. Only started 2 games under him, but under Jose, started the last 4. And if there's anything you see in that run away at Southampton, maybe more Dembele's replacing rather than Christian Eriksen. Sergio Aguero, last time he was here, actually missed a penalty in the Champions League, but he's in the form of his life. 7 goals in his last 4 Premier League appearances. Probably 18 months before his time at City finishes, that we are watching one of the greatest goal scorers in Premier League history. And hopefully for him and them, he'll have his shooting boots on again today.
Well, we have purist against pragmatist, both competitive to their very cause. It is 11-5 in Pep's favour against Jose. Their 23rd managerial joust, the first, of course, involving Tottenham Hotspur. Well, a rare failure to score for Manchester City made it nervy but not costly on Wednesday. They have, though, scored in every away game since April, since they played here. And that 1-0 loss had much greater repercussions in the Champions League. We're underway on a special date, 02-02-20-20. Let's hope we have a special game.
I hope we get that many goals.
Yeah, the nil-nils have been floating around a bit, haven't they, this weekend? Zinchenko has got the left back again. Walker. As we expected, Fernandinho in the back 4 along with Otamendi. Tries to free Walker forward here. Slightly wrong foot. De Bruyne. Of course, a short time played under Jose Mourinho when they were together at Chelsea. Zinchenko. Just wonder, Jamie, with the way Spurs have set up and the selection of Jose Mourinho, whether they feel that the best chance to get the result today is to get at this Manchester City defence, which hasn't been as solid, obviously with Laporte out for most of the season.
No, I think with Jose, the personnel is what you wouldn't normally expect with this type of team. Certainly with the 2 central midfield players, normally has a lot of power and strength in those positions.
Lucas Moura given Steven Bergwijn the chance to play in his preferred position, wide on the left. But Mahrez doing his stuff down the Manchester City right.
Whenever you play Man City or any team over the internet, it's difficult to play no matter what team you play. You keep possession of the ball so well. It's just when you actually get the ball, can you be decisive, clinical, when you get those opportunities.
Zinchenko. Chance for Spurs to get up to 5th in the table. They have to win for that to happen. And a chance for Manchester City to cut Liverpool's lead to 19 points. Rodri. De Bruyne. City looking to settle into their passion for passing. Rodri not closed down, he can just pick a pass. Couldn't get through Aguero. Spurs looking to play on the break. All themselves so they don't get very far.
That was the position he made that run against Southampton, that brilliant run, created the goal. Watched it there early on, very careful running with the ball in their own half against this Man City team.
Well, it is the natural press. Pep Guardiola's standings. The last game that Tottenham played in the Cup, they found it hard to deal with a high press from Southampton. And at St Mary's, replay to come here next Wednesday. Whether Pep Guardiola has studied that well, it's not whether, he certainly has. It is the natural progression for his team to try and win the ball back in the opposition's half. They've given away a free kick this time. his word about Son, Jose Mourinho. A temptation perhaps to put him through the middle with Bergwijn taking his position on the left and Son playing on the right, at least at the start. He's more ahead of him and trying to jump here. Ganga, what a wonderful month January was for him. Break through into the first team.
Actually looking at Tottenham, man, going back to that first game with Jose Mourinho West Ham, there's a real clear plan of how they wanted to set up. Maybe something similar to them, looking at Sergio Aurier on that right side, really high, Son playing narrow. That's what he did in that first game at West Ham, had someone really wide on the left. Bergwijn is now, it was Son that time, two sitting midfield players. And still now defending, but certainly when they certainly gain the ball, and that was certainly the initial idea of Jose Mourinho before he got injuries in his squad.
Walker. Bergwijn, he was very popular here for doing that. Now the birthday boy, Harry Winks.
You see Sergio Aurier there on the right flank, Son tucked in. That's certainly the plan of Jose Mourinho when he first came in.
And he's offside. That was good. Madison wasn't sure if the game had been stopped, but it had been.
Well, this is not a Jose Mourinho plan. It's been a plan for a few years. Oh, that's very tight. I think Kyle Walker may actually be playing him on. But that pass from Alderweireld and the run from Dele Alli, that's been going on for years and it's still catching defences out.
Otamendi. Ronaldinho's had minor injury problems, but in the end not needed for the domestic cup games over the past week. Embarrassing for Manchester City on Wednesday night. Nemanja Matic had scored the goal for Manchester United, then got sent off with some 15 minutes to go, and they were able to get across the line without chipping a second. Another trip not far away from here to Wembley. Such a wonderful, I think they've won their last 8 visits. dealt with by Mora. Here is Mahrez again. Walker motoring outside. Aguero in the middle, adjusting his position. Might get another bout at it. The movement was a very high order, no surprise in that, but the finish wasn't. That was a surprise. Here comes Son on the counter-attack. Against Fernandinho. Son still going, Fernandinho still tracking.
Brilliant Fernandinho.
And likely the referee not moved by Zinchenko's robust challenge.
1v1. Not in midfield players, sitting the ages are coming up against some of the most dangerous players in the Premier League.
And Sterling, not an easy angle for him. Down he goes. Mike Dean puts his arms by his side. The Spurs fans think Sterling might have been trying to make too much of that.
Yeah, that was the reaction of the supporters. Behind the goal, you look at the man who was up against him. He is very rash, Serge Aurier. So many poor decisions, so often when you watch him play.
They're attacking Aurier's part of the pitch again. Son putting up earlier barricade. Raheem Sterling's been struggling for goals recently, but in truth, he loves the sight of Spurs. He's got 8 in 15 appearances against them. Fernandinho. Gundogan. Laid off by Aguero. Probes again. Not a bit too much.
You see Sterling there, just gets a little nudge. No, there's not enough there, it's just that left hand's not really a push really, it's just an arm on his back. He is going to pace there, Raheem Sterling almost gets the ball caught under his feet.
Tanganga. Ali. Through Walker in, a bit past him. Otamendi turn. Oh, and Lucas Moura goes clattering in. It took its time to get back to Ederson, and Lucas Moura suddenly saw an opportunity through a bit of hesitation.
You thought the problem was going to be initially with Otamendi against Bergwijn. It's not a great clearance. Everyone just seems to leave it. He missed the spin on the ball. Completely misreads Ederson. Quite fortunate there. Comes a 50-50 tackle, really. More against it before and he fouls him, he's in big trouble.
Here's Aguero. Sterling. Running into some traffic. Referee has produced the yellow card for Raheem Sterling.
Sterling actually being tackled, he's just trying to run and get across. Oh, just follows through on the ankle. Looks a long way, it's in slow motion. Don't always say that.
So often the player who's chasing the ball who gets just that little bit late.
He saw, he really saw. Maybe that's a little bit higher. He may have a bigger problem. It's just on the ankle. I think a yellow card's fine, but as I said, I think if it goes any higher, connection with Lucas Moura as Raheem Sterling did just now.
Well, Jose Mourinho with Graham Scott, the fourth official, and obviously seeing red himself, and expecting to see that for Raheem Sterling.
Well, maybe he's looking at slow motion. It doesn't look great in slow motion, but I think when you see it in real time, it will be sore for Dele Alli, as I said. But he just catches him on the ankle. I think any higher may have a problem, but I think we've got the right decision.
Well, to take that down. Now it's Zinchenko who's fully committed again. He's up with the ball. One or two signs of Spurs on the turnover, finding a pass or two like that one from Harry Winks.
He's got players in midfield today, Martin, who can find that pass. Celso, Harry Winks. I think that's been a problem with the Jose Mourinho, certainly central midfield. Quality in there at times.
Lo Celso, Argentine, of course. You think back to the most famous meeting between these two clubs, the 1981 FA Cup final and replay. Ricky Villa and scored the greatest FA Cup final goal of the century. Jose Ardiles and Ricky Villa really flew the flag to the foreigners long before the Premier League was even thought of. Bergwijn. Again, the promise of the past, not quite the fulfilment. Otamendi. John Stones seemingly still out of favour. He had a brief appearance as a substitute on Wednesday. He's only played once in the Premier League in partnership with Otamendi, and they lost at Norwich early in the season. That rather ended that potential union as central defenders. Again, the ability on the ball of the midfield man, Lo Celso. Did play as a holding midfield player in his time at Paris Saint-Germain under Unai Emery, the former Arsenal manager. As you said earlier, Jamie, came to Tottenham, was used more in a wide area, but he did have a niggling injury when he first arrived in North London. As I say, his longest run in the team. It's getting better, and I'm sure made more confident by the fact Tottenham wanted to turn that loan into the move we call permanent. Not that permanent's a word that ever really applies to football. Winks. It's a lovely ball. Edison's gone though and ready. To Aguero, and suddenly that's the ultimate turnover because Manchester City are on the front foot thanks to their goalkeeper with Mahrez. Grab by Japhet Tanganga.
Great defender at both ends. Tanganga, as you just mentioned, on the starting position, and the reading of the game from the goalkeeper Edison was brilliant. Just before the pass was made, it looked like Tottenham were in. You could see it happening how high Man City were. And as we've seen so often, that goalkeeper coming to the rescue.
Zinchenko. Walker to Mahrez. Sterling coming into the centre, but his layoff is picked off by Bergwijn. Defending again. Rodri. Gundogan. Prior to today, this season consisted in the Premier League of 12 games under Pochettino, 12 games under Mourinho. So 6 more points for the new manager, so there has been a certain amount of managerial bounce, if you want to call it that. 20 from his 12 games, 14 from Mauricio Pochettino's.
Yeah, well, I think any manager coming in, there's bound to be an uptick. There's no doubt that Tottenham are playing well below what they were capable of, but certainly would be judging Pochettino on 12 games. A brilliant job here over 5 years.
Absolutely. Here goes Son. Raiding from the right today.
He's a brilliant player. We know he's a brilliant player in midfield. They've missed him in there. We know City have problems at centre back, but he started so well, Fernandinho.
Aguero to take it in behind the top of midfield, but Harry Winks saw him coming, read the danger. Gundogan. Aguero going in, Reece beating it away, not trusting himself to catch it. Come back from a serious elbow injury, and maybe discretion there, the better part of valour. Certainly avoided any physical confrontation by knocking the ball away like that. They probably say here at Tottenham, Jamie, the best defensive midfield player they've had in their Premier League history was Luka Modric, known of course for his footballing gifts as well as the part of the pitch that he patrolled.
He's a super player. We've certainly got players of that ilk in there today. Whether that too is a partnership going forward, maybe are they too similar?
Oh, it's lovely football by Manchester City to get Aguero in, but he stumbled at the vital moment. Well, he's taking a risk to prevent the corner. He could have just knocked that into play straight to a City player. Maybe he had a picture of what was to his right then, but it looked a bit risky from up here.
He's done that 2 or 3 times today already, Aguero, looking for that 1-2.
De Bruyne actually got behind Aurier, but didn't take the ball with him. Lucas Moura, Son, full reach of Zinchenko on the slide. It did enough.
It's like nearly on the first 20 minutes against Liverpool when there was enough there for Tottenham. They feel they can still get something out of the game. Dangerous on counter-attack.
Zinchenko Sterling did well to keep it in. And it's a corner.
Talk about this with it before the Aguero. So often he's done, he's made that run. Brilliant interplay football there, does really well. Sanchez comes across, doesn't dive in. Thanks for Aguero to try and go past him. He's looked sharp. There's 22 minutes, Sergio Aguero.
Kevin De Bruyne armed already with 15 Premier League assists. So try and set up another one from the corner here. Flag of the assistant in Hussein. 19 points for free kick to Spurs.
I mentioned the Liverpool game before. There was a big disparity in terms of possession in that game, but early on Spurs looked dangerous. They have looked quite dangerous here as well, as being 2 or 3 opportunities, counter-attack. Mourinho with 2 balls at the end of the game. About the possession stats, I think whenever you come up against Man City, I think 99% of teams lose that one.
Fernandinho.
It's actually looking how high that line is for Tottenham there, trying to make the team really compact to try and stop Man City playing between the lines.
Was a little bit of inexperience inexperienced, certainly a bit rash from Tanganga. Mahrez, who's done very well in the past for both Leicester and City against Tottenham.
He's going to play very narrow on that, the angle he comes at the tackle. Kevin De Bruyne's there, he's also right-footed. Trying to get his foot just in front of Mahrez. He started really well and coped well. It's not easy against these two here.
Wasn't the best first touch I've ever seen from Raheem Sterling. It was rather fired at him. Grew up, of course, in London. Not too far away from Tottenham, in the northwest. Right down the slot for Lloris. From De Bruyne, certainly connected well enough, but not enough swerve on it to embarrass the goalkeeper. Bergwijn, defender of Otamendi, and he's isolated here. City a bit slow to apply some cover. Bergwijn plays it back to Dele Alli. He's moved forward on the right, points. Recognises that, but doesn't find him. It was on the short side, and it's a risky manoeuvre for Aurier. But he had to. He's going to take a card for the team or just give away the free kick.
Yeah, that's the sign of what Jose wants for his team in possession in the opposition's half. Sergio really bombing down that right side.
Yeah, right ball, but not enough strength on it. Mike Dean had a long career, of course. One of the most famous games he was in charge of was a Spurs home game at the old White Hart Lane against Aston Villa, when he celebrated a Spurs goal. But what he was actually celebrating was the advantage that he played that allowed the goal to happen.
I thought it was just Tranmere goals.
He certainly celebrates the Tranmere goals, but he's not refereeing them. He's berating the state of the pitch. Benson Clark to me earlier today when we had a chat. Also famously booked Sergio Aguero moments after he scored the most famous goal in Premier League history. But here's Mahrez looking for a goal here.
Tackle?
There's no flag. And here's De Bruyne. Mahrez thought maybe he heard a whistle.
Something. There's no flag from the linesman.
Quizzical look on the referee's face.
You're not supposed to play till the whistle, aren't you?
Well, you are, yeah. But it wasn't his whistle.
Still at the sign of the problems Tanganga could have as the game goes on. He was running on Kevin De Bruyne inside, got attracted to him, and there was a ball over the top of Mahrez.
Sanchez is going to be punished here, is he, by Aguero? It's turned onto the post. And Sanchez is a relieved man. Lucas Moura, Lo Celso. Aguero's getting in.
Oh, he's looked sharp. Sergio Aguero looks really dangerous. He loses it there. Fortunate touch. Maybe a slight touch in the foot.
It was.
From Lloris. There, what a touch that is. Otherwise it's 1-0.
Here's Son. Danger to City, and they could have been 1-0 down here but for Hugo Lloris. Huge extension to get the touch.
Yeah, just there. Should have found the beer. Got a slight touch on, so he thinks he's going to block it. He thinks it's a goal. There's a lot of talk, probably in the last 6 months or so with Lloris. And Spurs fans, should Gazaniga actually replace him at some stage? Was he playing well enough at times last season? I think with Gazaniga coming in, I think he's probably shown since Lloris has been out. He is what he is, a number 2 goalkeeper.
Playing his 150th game for Spurs today in the Premier League. He scored 48 goals. Dele Alli scored 49 in 148 games. And this is 149. going step by step, really, through their Spurs career. Very, very important. They were under Pochettino for Jose Mourinho. Nervy Davinson Sanchez there after what's just happened. By Fernandinho. Here comes Sterling. Two to his right. One of whom is De Bruyne. Sterling wants it back again. But it's played for Aguero, then Walker. Gundogan, Mahrez. Big challenge by Lo Celso. Son can't get it away though. Back comes City with Zinchenko. Almost half an hour gone.
That's caused problems down this right side. Kyle Walker's been down here. Kevin De Bruyne, Mahrez. So it might be a problem as a young left back, right-footed one. Tanganga, Bergwijn in front of him. No, it's just Dele Alli at this moment. Position Kevin De Bruyne so often. No one knows who's probably picking him up. Here he is again.
Runner again. Mahrez, Rodri. Gundogan, Mahrez. Real wriggle room for the Algerian. They had 20 sparkling minutes against Manchester United on Wednesday night. Didn't score then. Nearly paid a price for that. Half an hour with some good chances here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yes, in the last 10 or 15 minutes we haven't really seen the counter-attack from Tottenham when they've won it back. First 10 or 15 minutes it was there, 3 or 4 times, looked quite dangerous.
Tight there for City. There goes Bergwijn. Not doing too well his Dutch club PSV. Probably had agreed to stay with them for the whole season before a move in the summer, but they're 5th, I think, in the Eredivisie. That last season hadn't been reproduced by him or his teammates this time around, so sort of cashed in on the deal. De Bruyne. Good defensive work from Winks. Was pretty much the last line there against Kevin De Bruyne. Getting a better reception these days than he did in his early returns to face Tottenham. Zinchenko. Just wanted Mahrez to try and get in behind. The cross from Mahrez, but that left foot is always like to be bending away. Of course, we're into this new 6. Boys that really think like Tottenham will be just the same, believe they're a big boy themselves, and in a stadium like this it's hard to argue against that. Alderweireld. Again straying in from the left-hand side. Sold Lucas Moura short, but he actually nicked it away from Walker, who's going to get booked. Mahrez says it's his first foul, but it's the far of the pitch. Lucas Moura would have been away.
Well, this has been a lot for Tottenham today. What we've seen, the pass in the final third not quite being of the right quality, and that one just entices Kyle Walker to dive in. He just misjudges it, gets himself a yellow card. Quite fortunate Tottenham really, but as I said 4 or 5 times when they've been in the final third, haven't just been able to get that pass off.
Look at quality there in the lift of Lucas Moura. If he plays it on the ground, Walker gets the foot out and makes a fair tackle, but by just lifting it off the ground, it went over the foot of Walker and produced the free kick and, of course, the yellow card.
Kevin De Bruyne and Raheem still at the back post.
This also takes quite deep enough. Winks. Celso. In by Aurier. Too much on it. Worked away by Mahrez. Edison is never embarrassed in those situations. Plays it just like an outfield player would. Terrific challenge by Aurier. Yes, Son this time working away from the right-hand side. Lo Celso. Winks. Unable to play in City's half. Well, for a moment or two anyway.
They do that so often, Spurs, when I watch them with the Jones and Mourinho. So often under Pochettino they were brave on the ball. Maybe there's less options when defenders have got the ball, but so often I'll see them whether it's taking the easy option, as I said, or there is no option. They go back to the goalkeeper far too much.
Gets in by Aurier. It's a decent ball. Bergwijn. Just a touch from Walker. There's an early ball from the Dutch debutant. And he was looking for the head of Dele Alli, which can be such a weapon for Spurs in attack.
It's a great ball, it's a great run. Bergwijn coming off that left side. It's a brilliant cross as well. It's also a brilliant defender from Kyle Walker. Knows he's got to get something on it.
So space to exploit here for Manchester City. With De Bruyne. Alderweireld, fellow countryman of course. Now Mahrez. It's going to drop here for Gundogan. Sterling has one swipe at it. Aguero, panic stations for Spurs. No penalty. Referee says the ball was played. He has one swipe at it. Aguero, panic stations for Spurs. No penalty. Referee says the ball was played.
Whether it's a penalty or not, what is he doing making that challenge?
Has the power, of course. Kevin Friend. Will he be a friend to Sergio Aguero and Manchester City?
Well, I was just waiting for Mike Dean to point to the penalty spot.
Spurs were all over the place.
Yeah, but he looked like he got away with it.
The game's still going on.
He just can't help himself. Aurier. He's never going to change. Tottenham just need to change who the right back is.
Sterling gets the cross in. The ball is still in play.
Are we still waiting for VAR?
We are still waiting for VAR. Yeah. Mahrez. Would be a good stat to have, the longest wait for a VAR. Sterling. Zinchenko. Back with Rodri. Slipped and looked nearly away. Fernandinho. Sterling. Here's Son. Well, we can assume that VAR have made a decision on it. And now Mike Dean is getting advice here. Oh, that looks like it's a penalty. So, Pep Guardiola's saying, why did it take so long? But I guess it doesn't matter to Manchester City. The Spurs fans aren't happy. Serge Aurier, with the impulsive nature of his.
Yeah, I don't know why he's in complaining. As soon as I saw it, I thought it was penalty. And it is right, that is a penalty. We can argue about how long it took, but we certainly got to the right decision. save there. Just catches him on the toe. He's been doing it all his career and continued to do it. Mourinho's laughing.
Almost 2 minutes between the challenge and the game being stopped. Mike Dean was obviously hearing that he had to call a halt. But they've had a lot of penalty problems, Manchester City. And of course, Lloris has saved a couple in his career from Aguero, so it's not Aguero to step up. But Ilkay Gundogan has a 100% record for his club, and we think in his career from the penalty spot. Here goes Gundogan, and it's saved by Lloris.
Oh, penalty!
Is there going to be another one?
Oh, it looked a penalty. They go a man at Raheem Sterling. He got there first, no doubt about it. He got too excited, saved the pen, he was delighted, he jumped up, he wanted to get it again. He was never going to get there, Lloris.
Well, there is a second most impulsive player at Spurs after Aurier. It's probably Lloris.
Well, my first reaction on the Aurier tackle was penalty. My first reaction now without seeing a replay is penalty again.
Anyway, the first one has been saved by Lloris from Gundogan.
He's looking at it now. He does get there first. I'm not quite sure now. And then there's that too big a contact.
VAR very much in the firing line.
You see a goalkeeper and an attacker going there. If the attacker gets there first, it's going to go down. There's slight contact from the reach, but not enough for a penalty. I was certainly wrong when I saw the replay. That was my initial thought. Challenge on Dele Alli.
That's Arnold saying, is it me? The card is still in his hand. He's walked past Sterling. He's gone to Zinchenko. Wow. Sometimes you think you've seen it all in football, but I can't recall a passage of play quite like this.
When it's lifted that crowd.
Is out of view now. So, let's look at it again. Saved by Lloris. The ball breaks off him. In comes Sterling. Out goes Lloris. We wait again with bated breath. Everybody waiting with bated breath, but no second penalty.
Yeah, just pulls his hand away at the right time. Lloris, I thought he'd made contact. Raheem Sterling was certainly looking for it.
Sterling missing from the spot, they've had Aguero missing from the spot, they've had Gabriel Jesus missing from the spot, and now it's Ilkay Gundogan. Free kick to Tottenham, who can use this to their advantage. Places a hubbub of atmosphere.
so often between these teams. VAR has been a massive part of games with them. I think in the Champions League games last season, Premier League game this season also.
But it's gone first of all to City, because the original penalty was awarded on VAR and they didn't take advantage of it. So having missed a penalty here in a game that they lost 1-0, their only previous visit in the Champions League, free kick that City conceded to Manchester United in midweek. And Son, the corner.
On the edge of the box.
Good clearance by Aguero. Son is onside. Spurs are on a bit of a roll here. And what happened at the other end? We're now thinking about Lloris being off his line when the penalty was struck. Of course, that can't be referred to VAR. That is an on-field decision. He's off his line.
He's just off his line. But people complain about VAR.
That has to be the on-field.
Yeah, that's nothing to do with VAR. That's the linesman. The linesman certainly gets involved, or the referee's assistant, in terms of yellow cards with people coming together.
It's been an interesting half for Raheem Sterling. Here's Aguero. Mahrez. City trying to settle again. Mahrez, beautifully found, lovely control. He was darting into the middle for Sterling. Into the 4 added minutes. Confirmation of those bookings after the event. Spurs, Zinchenko for City. I think we've brought you right up to date now. I can't quite promise that, but it feels that way. Mahrez. By De Bruyne. Gundogan. Zinchenko.
Can you buy a used car with 7 days to decide? Kazoo, yeah you can.
This is your captain speaking. The Virgin Atlantic sail is now on.
Why do we love Panini football stickers? It's the swaps with your mates, family, even the teachers want it. And now, it's about the Premier League! The official Premier League sticker collection from Panini, out now.
It can sometimes feel like the world of work isn't designed for people like me. After years of campaigning for equality, I was desperate to turn my passion into a career. I was searching for jobs on LinkedIn and found a role as a disability program manager. I hit apply, got the interview, and here I am. LinkedIn helped me find a job that gives me a seat at the table so I can speak up for others like me. I'm Shani, and I found a job that breaks down barriers.
What you're about to see is based on a true insurance claim. In this reconstruction, Callum Rains is played by Gio Campario. So this was a lonely road, and Callum really wasn't expecting company. We never know what's round the corner, which is why Go Compare now gives £250 free excess cover for when the unexpected happens. Bad boys for life. We're not just black, we're cops too. We'll pull ourselves over later. Bad boys for life.
Delivery?
Delivery?
From the big victories to the little wins, that deserves Deliveroo. Get the app and order now.
Right, well, Graham Souness and Chris Hughton have the job of trying to make sense of that first half. First major talking point then, challenged by Raheem Sterling here on Dele Alli. Graham, what do you think?
Well, I think because he's standing up, he's not lunging, so he's not going to ground. He gets away with a yellow card. If he had gone to ground with that same challenge, I think he gets sent off. We know that Raheem Sterling's not that type of player. I don't think he's tried to hurt Dele Alli there, an England teammate. But I think he's been careless in his challenge there and definitely warrants a yellow card.
Was there an argument at least for asking Mike Dean, Kevin Friend as the VAR, to go and check that pitch side monitor, which
yes,
we're told they can do now?
Yes, I think I'm in agreement with Graham. I think it's borderline. Sterling himself, Lou, you could tell afterwards by his reaction that he had caught him. But I think his action, I think, allows that to be a yellow as opposed to a red. But certainly there will be circumstances this season where you'll see somebody getting sent off.
Let's move on, Graham. Penalty incident, Chris. What did you think, first of all, of the incident when we saw it live?
You're talking about the actual bringing him down.
Yeah.
My first impression was he got the ball, because if you see Aguero, that ball moves. So
having had the benefit of the replays,
it's a penalty, and probably not only a penalty, but Aurier in that position, no need to go for the ball. He's going away from goal. It's Aguero who's as clever as anybody at putting their foot there.
Almost 2 minutes later, with the ball in the neutral area, they've checked all the angles. Mike Dean awards the penalty, and then Graham this.
Poor penalty. No run-up, poor penalty. And I think Raheem is already going down when he gets to the ball. Poor penalty. Actually, when we see it from another angle, is off his line, so it should have been retaken.
So if he's going down, if you're suggesting he's already on his way down, does that mean he's diving? Does that mean another yellow card?
No, I don't think so.
That shows he's off his line, but as you heard, the VAR can't rule on that.
I think he runs that fast, and when the ball's there to be got, I think you end up the momentum and the excitement, and he hasn't got his feet where they should be. And I don't think he's diving there.
I think there's no need. I think for where the ball has gone, he's done a great job for that ball to be there. He's got two defenders that are chasing it as well. I think there's no need for him to do the next step.
Right, I think we made sense of all that. Jose's not so sure about what you just said, I think, gentlemen. Judging by his reaction on the sidelines, he certainly thought Sterling should have gone. He wasn't happy about that either, despite his look. And he was raging when he saw this. But we don't have any goals. It's 0-0 at half-time.